Hello, my friends. If you are here today, you are going to be joining me for my new series called Solstice, where we're really going to work on just growth and reaching our highest potential, our highest peak, or trying, We're going to just work on, obviously, our yoga practice, but maybe even some things off of the yoga mat, work on our mind, body, and soul. I will do my best to deliver. All right, let's begin in a seat. We're going to start with a nice warm-up, and then we'll go into a nice flow and a nice cool down and meditation. If you have a block, grab it. Keep it close by. If you have a blanket, grab that. We're going to need that for the end of the practice. You can also use a throw pillow or a regular pillow. We're going to sit in an L shape. Nice, long, straight spine. Shoulders down. Hands in your lap. Feet are flexed. We're going to close our eyes for a moment. And we're going to breathe in to the count of 4. And we're going to exhale to the count of 8. Obviously counting inside of our heads. And feel free to set an intention for your practice or your day or maybe the entire series. And yeah, let's begin. Deep breath in. And exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. One more time. And let's open up those eyes. We're just going to start by pointing the toes and then flexing. You can bring the hands behind you. Beginning to slowly warm up from bottom to top. I like to always start out seated and just work my way up the body and then back down. And let's bring the fingertips out to the right. We're going to open up through that chest. Left arm over left ear, keeping the chest open. Both sits bones on the mat. And let's come over to the other side. Same rules apply. And come on back. This is where we're going to grab the block. I like to place it in between my legs. You can either do it long ways or sideways. Adjust the booty. We're going to reach the arms up overhead as we inhale and exhale. Hinge from the hips. You can grab a hold of those feet or the shins, or maybe put your hands down by the legs and just rest on that block. If you don't have a block, keep the neck in line with the spine. And take 3 breaths. And let's slowly roll it up. Put that block to the side. We're going to cross right leg over the left. Kind of like a seated reclined pigeon almost. Reach the arms up again. Inhale. Exhale, hinge from the hips. And again, you can grab the foot, the shin, or place hands down by your side. If you need a small bend in the knee, that's fine. Just don't overdo it. And take 3 breaths. And slowly roll it up. This time, right leg comes down, left crosses over, figure 4. Sitting up nice and tall, arms overhead. Inhale, exhale, hinge from the hips. And take 3 breaths. And slowly roll it up. Let's come in into a tabletop just to warm up through the wrists. We're going to turn the fingertips towards us and just sit back, rolling through those hands. Turn them back around. Place the backs of the hands on the mat. And again, roll through the hands. Let's sit back for a moment and do a couple wrist rolls. If you find that this is very uncomfortable, you can sit on a pillow or block. That takes a lot of pressure off of the knees and the heels and ankles. One hand, fingertips are facing up towards the sky, and the other one, fingertips are facing down towards the mat. And we're just going to flip. Grab those forefingers on the right hand and pull under that forearm, stretching through the wrist. And let's bring it over. And take it to the other side. And over. And let's do a couple shoulder rolls. And reverse. And let's twist over to the right, keeping a nice long spine. Look over that shoulder. And take it to the other side. And come back through center. Go ahead and remove that block or pillow if you're using one. Keep it nearby. Coming back into our tabletop. I want you to come into a high plank and then drop both knees down. Lift the heels towards the glutes. We're going to grasp at the mat with our fingertips just to take some pressure off the wrists. And from here, we're going to touch knee to elbow as we slightly move forward. And make sure you're breathing. And let's take it to the other side. We're going to slowly turn onto our side. Knees are still bent. Come on down to that forearm so that elbow is right under the shoulder. We're going to lift up so that hip is off of the mat. Right hand comes onto that hip. And we're going to tap the toe forward and behind the leg that's on the mat, making like a baby rainbow, keeping those hips lifted and not sagging in the hips. You got this. Come on back. Take a moment to rest. And again, we're going to lift those hips. Straighten that leg out. Right arm comes over that ear. And then we're going to bring knee to elbow. it down. We're going to take it to the other side. So we're going to come back up to our tabletop. Come into a high plank. And then drop the knees down, lift the heels. We're going to slowly turn as we bring that forearm to the mat. Make sure that the elbow is directly under the shoulder. And we're going to lift those hips up. Left hand to left hip. Straighten that top leg out. And we're going to tap with the toe, making baby rainbows. Forward and behind that leg that's on the mat. Keeping those hips upright and not sagging. And come on down, take a moment. Let's lift those hips, straighten that leg and arm, and bring knee to elbow. Bring it down. Come on back to your tabletop. Bring the knees as wide as the mat, big toes touch. Let's sit back in our extended child's pose. If you find that your butt's up in the air to get your chest towards the mat, I want you to sit back on your heels with your glutes. Get your block or your pillow and give yourself some height. Because I want you to start opening up those hips before working on getting your chest towards the mat. Once those hips are nice and open, your chest will naturally come towards the mat. Take a deep breath. One more deep breath. And let's round through. Open up that chest. Slightly looking up. Keep those toes together. And we're going to arch it back. Sit back on those heels. Round it through. Open those hips. Open that chest. Arch it back. Round it through. Open everything up. And sit back one more time. This time we round it up. Bring the knees in. Come back to your tabletop. And curl the toes under. Lift the hips. Come into your first down dog. We're going to stretch through the heel. Lifting one leg. Stretching through that heel. Lifting the other. You can also stretch through the feet by stretching the tops of the feet onto the mat. Once you feel that your legs are nice and warm and a little bit more limber than when we started, check your posture in your down dog. Melt the chest. Maybe you need a bend in the knees to get that spine straight. That's fine. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. We don't want earmuffs. The eyes of the elbows are facing the front of your mat. And we're going to bring that right leg up high. Big inhale. Three-legged dog. We're going to exhale. Come through center. Tap right elbow, left elbow, right elbow, left. Come on back. Three-legged dog. Big inhale. Exhale. Let's do it again. Right, left, right, left. Come on back up. Take a big inhale here. And we're going to exhale, knee to chest. Flex that foot. Give yourself some height. Lower down on that back foot. Rise up. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Sink into that front hip. Left hand comes to the mat as we twist open, reaching that right arm to the sky. Keep that hip in line. You shouldn't be up. And from here, we're gonna make some arm circles, shoulder circumduction. 3 one way, and 3 the other. And let's frame that front foot. Hop up on the back foot. Slide that leg back to your high plank. Drop the knees, lift the heels. We're gonna slowly bring the elbows to our sides as we tap and then we lift. So we're not coming all the way down. We're just coming halfway, hovering. Tap that knee to elbow. 3 times on one side and take it to the other side. And let's slowly lower to our bellies. Hands come down by our sides, feet in line with the hips. We're really going to push through those hips as we tighten the core, in and up with the belly button. And we're going to take a big inhale and exhale, lift, and come on down. One more time, tighten the core, in and up on that belly button, big breath in, and exhale, lift. And lower. Hands under the shoulders, curl those toes. Come back to down dog. Take a deep breath. Maybe you stretch through those feet. Stretch through those legs. Wherever you are, check your posture in down dog. We're going to lift that left leg high, 3-legged dog. Big inhale. We're going to exhale, come forward. Left, right, left, right. Come on back up. Big inhale. Exhale. Left, right, left, right. Come on back up. Big inhale. This time, knee to chest. We give ourselves some height. As we exhale, step it into our low lunge. Squeeze those inner thighs to lift. Sink into that front hip. Right hand comes to the mat, left twist open to the sky. And we do our shoulder circles. 3 one way, 3 the opposite way. Place that hand, frame that front foot, curl the back toes, slide it back, high plank, drop those knees, lift those heels to the glutes. And again, we hover. As we come down, we bring the right knee to right elbow. Let's take it to the other side. Curl the toes under, come back to your high plank, and right into down dog. On your next breath in, right leg comes high, 3-legged dog. We're gonna exhale, step it right up, give yourself some height. Keep that back leg lifted, squeeze the inner thighs. As you rise up, arms overhead. Push back with that back heel, sink into that high lunge or crescent lunge. We're going to place left hand on the mat as we twist open with the right. Make sure you're not lifting that hip up. Keep it in line. And let's do our 3 shoulder circles. And reverse. Let's come on back, frame that foot. Slide it back, high plank. We're going to do a chaturanga here, so you can drop your knees down to modify. You can place 2 blocks in front of your hands so that when you lower, you land right on those blocks. And there's nothing wrong with using your knees. This is what's going to help you build up strength for a proper chaturanga. I would rather you have a proper chaturanga than you try too early to do it without the knees and your butt's in the air or you're sagging in your spine. No. Let's take a deep breath in. Come forward, exhale, lower, hover, flip the feet, open it up. We're going to bend the knees, curl one toe then the other, back to down dog, pedal the feet. Take a deep breath. On your next breath in, left leg comes high, 3-legged dog. We're going to exhale, give yourself some height. Flex that front foot to step it up. Stay lifted on that back leg. Squeeze those thighs as we lift up, arms overhead. Push back with that heel, sink into that high lunge. Right hand on the inside of that left foot. Left arm twists open towards the sky. And we do our circles. Reverse, 3, the other way. Frame that front foot. Come on back to your plank. Chaturanga. Drop your knees to modify. Deep breath in. Come forward. Exhale, hover. Flip the feet. Open it up. Bend the knees. Curl the toes. Come into down dog. We're going to cross the left foot over the right and kick that leg up, and then cross that leg over to the other side of the mat. Kick that leg up. As you get closer to the front of your mat, you're going to want to pop up on your fingertips to give you some height. And come into your forward fold. Micro bend in the knees. Grab opposite elbows, relax the shoulders. Ragdoll, sway back and forth. And we slowly roll it up, one vertebra at a time. Big breath in. And exhale, hands to heart. Coming into your Tadasana, or mountain pose. It just means that you're solid, you're rooted into the ground. Nice straight spine. Hands to heart. We're going to lift the right knee, open it up. We're going to wrap the pointer finger and middle finger around that big toe. You can hold it here, maybe hold on to a wall or a chair to modify, or you can bring that left hand out for counterbalance. Stretch that leg open, opening it up to the right, standing up nice and tall. Gently place that foot where you're comfortable in a tree pose. So, minimal wobbling in your tree pose. Because if you're wobbling, maybe that means you need to just perfect it here and work on that strength and balance so that when you do get to the point of putting it here, that you can hold it. Right? Hands to heart. We're going to reach the arms up overhead. As we inhale, we're going to exhale, bring those arms down. Again, reach them overhead, inhale. Exhale, bring them down. back to your heart. Bring that knee to the front of the mat. Deep bend in that rooted leg. Coming into your warrior three. Reach the arms ahead of you, over the head. And we're gonna land on the ball of that back foot. Coming into a high lunge. Turn and flatten on that back foot. Maybe you need to heel toe it a little wider so you get that nice 90-degree angle in that front leg coming into your warrior two. We're going to come into exalted. Straighten on that front leg. Reach it front. Lift that right arm over right ear. Come back to warrior two arms. Back to exalted. Warrior two arms. Right arm over right ear. Come back to exalted. Reach front this time. Come right into your triangle. Open that chest. Slowly begin to turn. Coming into a low lunge. Right hand on the inside of that left foot. Left arm just open to the sky. And we're gonna frame that front foot. Bend on that back leg. Step it right up. Forward fold. Hug it in. Slowly roll it up. Big inhale. And exhale. Hands to heart. Coming back into Tadasana. Hands to heart. We lift that left knee and open it up to the side. Opening that hip. We wrap the pointer and middle finger around that big toe. Maybe you hold it here. Maybe you need a wall or a chair or counterbalance with that right arm. And stretch it out slowly and controlled. Standing up nice and tall. We slowly bend it in gently, placing that foot in a comfortable and strong tree pose so that we can hold it. Doesn't matter how high your foot is, just matters that we build up that strength and balance. We're going to reach the arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale. The hands come down. One more time. Hands back to your heart. Bring that knee to the front of the mat. Deep bend in the rooted leg as we come to our warrior three. Hands overhead. And we slowly land on the ball of that back foot. Coming into high lunge. Turn and flatten on that back foot. Coming into warrior two. We're going to come into exalted. Straighten that front leg. Warrior two arms. Reach it front. Left arm over left ear. Come back. Exalted. Back to warrior two arms, reach front, left arm over left ear. Come on back, exalted. This time we reach it front, tip into your triangle, open it up. Slowly turning, bending on that front leg. Twisting that right arm open to the sky in our low lunge. And we frame that front foot. This time, we come back to a high plank. Drop the knees down. Hands under the shoulders, knees under those hips. We're going to curl the toes under. Lift the knees an inch off of the ground. And hold for 3 breaths. Hovering table. Slowly drop the knees, swing them around. We're gonna gently come onto our back and do a little core work. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time. We're gonna start in a dead bug looking pose. So from here, elbows touch knees. We're gonna straighten the same arm and the same leg and bring it in, and then take it to the other side. And make sure you match up the breath to the movement. Hug it in. Give yourself a little back massage. And bring the feet to the mat. Hands come out to the sides in a T formation. And we're slowly going to bring the knees down to the right. Come back through center, over to the left. Center, right, and left. Right, and left. Right, and left. Right, and left. Lifting the upper back off of the mat. Hands down by your side. Both legs come to the sky. Give that chin and chest some space. We're going to drop the right, bring it up. Drop the left, bring it up. Never touching the ground. Make sure you're breathing. Don't give up. Think of yourself in your favorite bathing suit on the beach. Loving yourself, loving your body, feeling comfortable. Just imagine that. My goal is to help get you there, if you're not already. Hug it in, you did so good. Give yourself a little back massage by rocking back and forth, maybe little baby circles. We're going to grab those knees, draw some circles. And reverse. And give yourself one more good hug. Bring nose to knees. And we're going to finish our Tadasana in an extended child's pose. That's why I wanted you to grab the blanket or the pillow. So I'm going to give you the option to turn to one side in a fetal position and come up to a seat that way, or come into a little ball, tighten the core, and you can slowly rock back and forth until you come up into a seat. Now, grab your pillow, bring the knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch. Pillow or blanket comes right over the legs and you melt forward, Coming into your extended child's pose. If you have a blanket, I would fold it a couple times so it's a nice padding over the legs. I'm gonna play my little drum for a few moments while you guys meditate. And then I will join you for a few moments at the end. Once you get into your extended child's pose, I want you to check for any tension in the body. Scan it over, feel for any tension, let it go, melt into the mat. Get as cozy and comfortable as you can. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to clear your mind. And I want you just to breathe like we did in the beginning. As you inhale, count to 4. Exhale, count to 8. And I just want you to be present in the moment. Go ahead and gently start wiggling your fingers and your toes. And just slowly and gently move your body out of extended child's pose. Place the pillow or blanket over to the side. And we're going to meet in a seat. Feel free to use the block to sit up on, or maybe the pillow or blanket to give you some height and open up those hips a little bit. When you get into your seat, sit up nice and tall, shoulders down. We're going to reach the arms overhead. As we do, I want you to take the biggest breath you've taken all day. Hold it at the top. And then when you exhale, I want you to release any bullshit that you're dealing with today or recently. And I just want you to visualize that bullshit leaving your body and your mind. So let's reach the arms up overhead. Big inhale. Hold that breath at the top. And exhale the bullshit. Empty it all out. Let it all out. One more time. Big breath in. Hands overhead. Hold that breath. And exhale. Let it all out. Hands to heart. Probably not very yogish of me, but hey, that's what helps me to let go of things, hard things that I'm going through in my life. So sometimes you just need to breathe and let it all out. So anytime you're feeling stressed, I highly recommend taking a big breath in, hold it for a moment, and then let it all out and empty out your lungs. All right, I'll stop talking now. Thank you guys so much for joining me for day 1 of Solstice. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you back tomorrow. It's not always going to be the same time frame. Some will be shorter, some will be like this long, but I'm going to do my best to keep them all under 45 minutes. And again, remember, we have long Tadasanas at the end, so it's not always doing yoga for 45 minutes, right? I mean, it is yoga, but not physically moving. All right, anyway, have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow for day 2. Namaste. Love you guys.